Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Conversations. And I wanted to make you aware of something very cool that we're doing on a subscription basis, and we'll put a link in each one of our episodes. But every Wednesday, we're going to be doing what we call an audio podcast workshop. That workshop will be roughly about 14 to maybe 20 minutes per episode, with each month having a theme from a coaching model, using feedback strategically, to coaching self-awareness, and so on. So if you could, look in the body or in the content description of each episode, and you will see a link where you can join this subscription. These are literally 4 workshops every month, teaching specific strategies to address a particular area of workplace coaching, as it relates, again, to things like awareness, motivation, teamwork, and what have you. Here's the cool thing. It's only $10 per month, and each month you will get a handout that we will follow along with. So we also give you a tool for you to take notes as we go through each episode. We hope you'll check it out.
Now, when it comes to career development, here are 2 of the greatest activities you can utilize in a one-on-one conversation or even a group scenario. Feel free to email us and we'd be happy to send you the PDFs that you can use in these endeavors. The first one is something called goal-based coaching. You ask somebody, what's your goal? Write down your goal. What do you want to achieve professionally? And if you're open to it, personally, okay? They write down their goal. The acronym of GOAL become your coaching questions. Now, the cool part is you can do this digitally on a whiteboard, and you can do this physically in person on a whiteboard. The first question is the G of GOAL. What do you need to be great at? What that does is it triggers them to realize where they need to perform better. It's a performance-based coaching question. Typically, you want to get 2 or 3 responses. Then you go to the O. If you become great, what opportunities will be afforded to you? That's the professional association goal. You want to get 2 or 3 responses. Then the A of goal is what actions or activities can we do together to facilitate the achievement of that goal? Notice how the G feeds the A or the O, and then the O feeds the A. It's amazing deep down when you build progression in the conversation, how much people know they need to practice, they need to improve, they need to raise their game. That's where the A question comes in. It's an activity-based coaching question. Here's the emotional attachment question, the L. What will you love about achieving this goal? Now, I love sharing this story. We had someone years ago who was in a call center, and he swore you couldn't do more than 75 calls a day. And when he answered the L question, he knew if he reached his goal, he would be able to take his family, in his words, his lifelong dream to take his family to Ireland. So guess what we did? We changed his screensaver to the hills of Ireland. We put pamphlets from Aer Lingus, the Irish Airlines. We also put bed and breakfast pamphlets, and then we also put golf pamphlets because he happened to be a golfer. And then we left him voicemails every Sunday night for like 8 to 12 weeks in an Irish dialect. We never told him who did this. Guess what happened? Not only did he receive his goal status, he achieved it. He went from 75 calls to an average of 103, which he said at one point it was impossible to go past 75. See, when you understand goal and you get the L, you create the emotional attachment to the thing that most people avoid: change. Here's the second activity. Whiteboard coaching. You're going to have 3 columns. You're going to sit down and you're going to ask somebody. As we sit here today, Mark, in our current state, what do you do well? Where do you feel like you have an opportunity to improve? What do you love about what you're doing? What do you like about what you're doing? And what do you dislike or would like to have taken off your plate in your current job? So column 1, you write down the responses. Here's the key: digitally or in person. You write down their responses. What they're looking at is the whiteboard. Now, last month we covered self-awareness. The whiteboard becomes their mirror. They're not looking at you. You go all the way over to column 3 and you say, what's your desired state? What would you love to be doing? What would you like to be doing? What are some of the strengths that you have that would really position you for that destination successfully? And oh, by the way, it's not always a promotion. And where do you feel like you have opportunities to raise your game to reach your destination? You write down everything in column 3. Notice I went from column 1 to 3. I skipped column 2. That's called a psychological disrupt. We tend to go from left to right. Once column 3 is filled up, you go all the way over to the middle column and you say, what actions do we need to take together to move you from column 1 to column 3? Now what they've done is they're going to answer your question, and little do they know, they've co-authored their own change, their own career development. Now again, if you want to send me an email, tim@progresscoachingleader.com, I will send you the forms that you can just steal and use as much as you want, and they're fillable PDFs that will actually guide you through this presentation or this process of both goal-based coaching and whiteboard coaching. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagen and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.